hello everyone, and thanks for watching. Here we are on our first outing of 2021. It's the 19th of April, and we're on our way to the Caravan and Motorhome Club site in Thetford Forest. We're heading north on the A1065, heading towards Swaffham, and the entrance is just on the left here. And we're in the county of Norfolk. As we enter, we just passed the Desert Raps Memorial on the right. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. This is where the 7th Armoured Division were based for their training between January and May 1944, preparing for the invasion of Normandy. Once off the 1065, we're on this service road, which is probably about 200 yards or so until we reach the site, which is on the right, a little bit further down. This site is on land leased from the Forestry Commission. It's in a beautiful area, and we actually enjoyed it so much that we actually didn't leave the site for the week. There's plenty to do there, plenty of walks for the dog, and it's a beautiful area. So we've checked in now, signed in with the COVID app, as is the usual now, and we're on our way now to find our pitch. As always with the Caravan and Motorhome Club, you go in and find a pitch that's free, and then go back to the office and give them the number of the pitch, and you're all booked in, checked in. We had booked a hard standing pitch, but when we arrived we drove around the site and all the hard standing pitches had been taken, so we decided to take a grass pitch. As there was no prospect of rain during the week, there's no problem with this. In fact, we enjoyed the grass pitch much more. As you'll see later, there was a great deal of space, and so it was a good decision really to do that. Just out of interest, this site has no block facilities, so no showers, toilets, so you need your own to use your own shower and toilets, that sort of thing. Obviously it has the usual electrics and water and waste and Elson points that you'd expect to find on any site. As you can see, and as we expected, the site was pretty fully booked, so we ended up going to the end of this road here, and turning around, coming back, and then taking up a grass pitch, as I say. As you can hear in the background, Maisie's getting rather excited that we've arrived, and can't wait to get out of the car. There's some more over there. Can you tell? It did in fact look quite tight here, but there was plenty of room to turn around, so there was no real problem. Check to see I wouldn't be that fence. Oh, there. I've kept this running maybe a little longer than I would expect to normally, but just thought it might be of interest to people who are likely to visit this site. As we go back towards the entrance here and go up on the grass, there are actually pictures within the forest. As I drive forward now, you'll see some vans in the trees there. So there are some pictures inside that little area of woodland there. Right, I'm going to go up against this one, yeah?
North Wales says I'm totally sober now. Normal life.
There's a mummy. Come, Maisie. Come, Maisie. Come. Good girl. Here you go, Maisie.
Afternoon, whatever. Morning.
Oh, there you go, look. There you go, it's the walk. Straight up there towards the caravan site. Just take the maps the wrong way
That
around.
road goes along there, that's what I mean.
Well, I think it's along here. Right, Maisie, having a good time? Ooh, very good time, Dad. These avenues of trees are very pretty, isn't it? They're obviously planted. Let's check this bit. Routine. Standing in nice floor.
Cold water tap over a tin.
The camp. Parade.
Porridge, then bacon, sausage and fried egg or scrambled egg and baked beans, followed by toast jam, marmalade and tea. Oh, it's getting quite well though, didn't they? Roll call, main course, meat and 2 vegetables and 1 following rice tapioca, baked pudding, steamed pudding. Tea, bread and jam, but sometimes baked beans, scrambled egg on toast. Sick parade.
Yeah. Just to make sure they're not dodging Dad to
Well,
check them at the medical
tent. You wouldn't want to walk up and down, would you?
No. Yeah, it's lovely in the sun, isn't it?
Yeah, could you check my shoe?
Checking your shoe. What's all that about over there then? Might be some sort of witchcraft or something.
Yeah. More likely to be a kids' camp, I would have thought.
Yeah, I would imagine. School come here and...
There's another one there, look.
Yeah, just look out for any people with animal masks on. If they come near you, just run away as fast as you can.
Animal mask?
Yeah,
What's that?
yeah. Those sort of films where they all wear animal heads. Very pretty, isn't it?
Huh?
Very pretty.
Yeah. Not a place you want to be walking there, you've got a tree allergy.
Pollen.
You said yours was grass and trees.
Yeah, grass and tree pollen. Cookhouse and mess hut. So what we got here then, we've got across the original roadway which is in front of you was the cookhouse, the mess hut and the medical hut. After collecting his meal, typical example shown right, At the cookhouse door, each soldier went to sit at a trestle table in the adjacent mess hut. Supplies came from army depots and were brought in lorries to High Farm, Dislington, from where they were distributed. The cookhouse was staffed by regimental cooks supervised by attached Army Catering Corps personnel who retained their separate identity and wore their own cap badges. The orderly officer and sergeant was shown in the illustration top right. Came round to check any complaints. Each soldier had his personal knife and fork, mess tin and enamelled mug used for an everyday meal.
A bit like lunchtime at Moorfield, isn't it?
Breakfast, porridge, bacon, sausages, bacon or sausages, eggs, toast, tea. Main meal noon to 2, meat and 2 vegetables, rice and tapioca, rice or tapioca, baked or steamed puddings, tea, bread, jam, occasional baked beans on toast, tea to drink. Tea to drink. What else would you do with tea? Sorry? Okay, accommodation. Across the track is the uncovered base of one of the Nissan huts. Where's that?
Yeah.
Oh, down there, yeah. Okay, we'll show that in a moment. Nissan huts were standard army accommodation and were prefabricated buildings of corrugated steel in the shape of a half cylinder. They were designed by Peter Norman Nissan, a British Army officer and mining engineer. Let's talk about the Nissan huts. Living quarters were 20 feet, about 7 metres wide, and had windows and doors each end. Plain go of Lake and Heath, concrete. Each Nissan hut housed up to 18 people, closed and stored under 2-tier bunks, with a gas mask, a coat, kit bag, and personal possessions. Maisie? Enjoying it, mate? Yeah. A nice walk. Doggy coming, we'll go the other track. There we have the Nissan huts. I think it's pronounced. Desert Rats Hotel. What's it say up there? Desert Rod and Tina Scott's Hotel. Desert Rats Hotel. Desert Rats Museum. Oh, yeah. Apparently they still do manoeuvres around here. Oh, sorry, yeah. And those 2 Ospreys we saw yesterday apparently drop personnel off in the woods for training purposes in an enclosed area, obviously. Naffy. Yeah, I remember this from my dad's work days. He worked in the dockyard in Portsmouth for Naffy. I think we ended up with a bit of cutlery from there, if I remember. Bits and pieces. Right, these are the concrete bases of the 2 Nissan huts, which will house the Naffy, the Navy, Army and Air Force Institute. With the stores building to the left, this was the place where the other ranks from trooper to corporal would spend their off-duty hours. Beer, soft drinks, tea and cakes were provided. Naturally, women staff were trained as members of Auxiliary Territorial Services, the ATS, subject to the same military discipline as the men. Civilians from local villagers of Mundford and Fowden also worked in the canteen. And there you go. On we go. Oh, another little doggy, little cockapoo. What? Yeah. We're coming to another track here. This one is all about the Cromwell tank and Remy, which were the Royal Engineers, I think, the Remy. At each regimental location, tanks were positioned in tank parks. The Cromwell tanks have been in the factories of the Birmingham Railway Carriage Wagon Company. And there you go, Meteor engines, which we actually modified Merlin Spitfire engines. Delivery to this camp began on the 1st of February 1944. The Desert Rats was the first service unit to take Cromwell tanks into action on Gold Beach, Normandy on D-Day, 6th of June 1944. Learning to drive them took time, for we overestimated the number of revs needed to deal with the inertia of 27 tons moving off. We had trouble with clutch plates until the Rolls engineers told us that 600 brake horsepower provided plenty of power at idling revs. All we had to do was let up the clutch and give it the gun and roar away. Very interesting. What we got here then? Is that original or is it some sort of mock-up? I think it is original, yeah. Yeah, I think it is, you know. Oh, it's back, yeah. Now we go round the caravan site now, and then back to the entrance, I think. What's up? Got stones in your shoes? Oh, okay. Do you want me to shake out the stones? Oh, there you go.
Chuck shoes are staying on one leg for no reason.
There you go.
Thanks.
Is it gone?
Yeah.
Good. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, what was it?
Listen, a woodpecker, I think.
Is it?
I would think it's a woodpecker.
Can't think what else it would be.
Something.
Unless it's a rather large toad. But I think it's a woodpecker. Unfortunate rabbit has been devoured there by a hare, probably, actually, looking at the size of its legs. Probably a fox or what would you call this? Deb, what would you call this? A glade? Would you call it a glade? I suppose it would.
Straight on.
Straight on. Very pretty. Yeah, definitely come down here with the drone later if we can get permissions. Do a last little bit of video. Walking back into the campsite. Caravan and Motorhome Club, Thetford Forest. The warden's got rather a fancy living space there. It's actually an Arctic, which is unusual. You often see the fifth wheels, but not an Arctic. But, very nice. The information hut, the cab for the Arctic. This is a very nice setting. Beautiful day. We had booked hard standing here, but when we arrived on Monday the 19th of April, they were all taken. But we've ended up on a grass pitch. No rain expected this week, so that's fine. And to be honest, we'd rather be on this grass pitch Lovely area for seating at the front of the van. And we haven't bothered with the awning as there's just the two of us and Maisie. But here we are, back at the van. Time to get the Barbie out. Home sweet home. Lovely hot dog lunch that I cooked most of, didn't I?
In the stars.